Hello, my name is Nicole Zauner, and I'm the coordinator of student programs and within the Office of Student Engagement here in the College of Business. I want to thank everyone for joining us for our first virtual BizFest session. Today we will be covering the Business Analytics Club and Gamma Iota Sigma. Today you will hear from leaders about each organization, followed by a few hosted panel questions, and then at the end we will have a chance for open questions for anything that you may be curious about in determining if these clubs or orgs may be a good fit for you. Before we get started, I quickly want to go over some housekeeping items. So first off, I will be dropping a link in the box, and that will be to sign in for today's event, as well as to enter for a chance to win a $15 DoorDash gift card. So when I drop that in there, make sure you click it at some point in the presentation and just quickly log into the event. Next, please be aware that we are recording today's event. We will be posting those things to our departmental YouTube channel and website in the virtual landscape that we're currently in. So just be aware that your participation in today's event signifies your acceptance of being recorded. Let's see. Lastly, the session is limited to 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. So first off, I want to welcome Business Analytics Club to the virtual stage.
Hi, my name is Alana Little. I'm the president of the Business Analytics Club here on campus, and I'm super excited to have you all here and learning about the different clubs, because even though we're in a virtual format, I think you can still get a lot out of being an active member in a club. So what our organization does is very simple. We just focus on different certificates during the semester, and we encourage all of our members to come to our meetings, collaborate with other students, be an accountability partner, and help students complete these certificates during the course of the semester. So this semester we are focusing on Tableau as well as SQL. So if you have any interest in any of those, they're great for any business student to learn about. Tableau is more of like a reporting software. A lot of different companies use it, a lot of different industries. And then SQL is, a query language. So you use those all the time, even if you might not realize it. And so it's really good to understand the logic behind those so you can be very effective in your job performance or anything like that. And all of these certificates look really good on your resume. And so, just the concept is just to get some hands-on experience. We only meet a handful of times during the semester. Our first meeting is on Friday, September 18th at 5 p.m. And so we would love to see you all there. If you have any, questions, or you're just curious about what we do, we're really excited to talk to some people this semester and get started.
Great, Alana. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to go ahead and welcome Gamma Iota Sigma. So Megan, please take us away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Megan, and I'm the president of Gamma Iota Sigma. I have some of my officers here today, Tran and Safira. They want to introduce themselves really quickly. Would be great if you can. I'm mute though.
Sorry, I'll go first then. So my name's Safira. I'm actually a newly transferred student, also a newly appointed marketing director. So, hi.
And then Tran is our public relations officer, and she's also new to Gamma. I'm new to the presidential role, but I've been in Gamma Iota Sigma for the past year, and I really loved what I've learned from it. The insurance industry is something that I never considered myself doing in the beginning, but the more I went to these meetings, I've actually seen myself doing, being a part of this industry, because we bring in a wide variety of industry professionals, from underwriters to actuarial people, and some people think that insurance is not for them because it's not specific to their major, but the insurance industry is so broad. We have majors, marketing people, finance, accounting. We still need all of those great people in the insurance industry. So it's definitely something to consider. There's so many companies out there all over the country that it really gives you a broad opportunity to move around. So yes, industry professionals will be coming in. I I try to schedule meetings so they are not overwhelming to students or officers. I'm hoping to have them every other Wednesday evening, except for, maybe during the busy times of the semester. Um, and it should only typically be about an hour long. Our first meeting is on the 23rd at 5:45. I'm going to give a brief intro to GIS, and then at 6 o'clock, I'm bringing in 4 industry professionals, and they're going to be sharing about what they do, talk about COVID and the insurance industry, wildfire smoke, and all the interesting things that insurance people have to deal with, and that it's always evolving. So I encourage you to join and come by, see if it's something you can consider yourself doing. If you become a member of Gamma Iota Sigma, it is a lifetime membership, and we are partnered with the CPCU Society along with way more industry professionals, companies, and if being a member gives you exclusive access to scholarship opportunities, networking opportunities, career fairs, gives you exclusive access to, I want to say, internships, and just the list goes on. It being a leader in Gamma Iota Sigma looks great on resumes, school applications, job applications. It definitely gives you a leg up once you're looking for a job. So it's something to consider, in whether you're a member or an officer. It, Getting involved in being an officer doesn't require a whole lot of job task, but it's important to be involved, and that networking is really invaluable to when you jumpstart your career. You meet these people, you add them on LinkedIn, and you can go back to them when you're looking for a job. And so we're not only having these speakers talk about themselves, we'll also have speakers do interview workshops that they'll help with their interview skills, as well as resume workshops. And we're just going to try to keep things interesting and useful to students. So I'll try to do my best to have interesting speakers there. And from what I've had in the past, they've been really great. So I'm looking to bring some of the good ones back. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pose a few questions to the club leaders, and feel free to answer anyone. Safira, I know you're also joining us, so thank you. So first off, I'd be curious to hear a little bit about when you first got involved in a business student club. Maybe it was a different one, maybe it's your current one. And what would you say is the best time in your academic career to suggest a student get involved in a business club?
I can go ahead. So I got involved, so I transferred into Sacramento State, and I was too busy. I looked at clubs and I was like, oh, I can't do it. They meet every week. They're so much of a commitment. I commute to school. Like, there's no way I could do it. And so it took me a little while. It wasn't until, after being there for 2 semesters that I finally was like, you know what, I think I want to get involved. This is, my last couple of years of college. I want to make sure that I have an opportunity to, meet more people and do something. And so since I saw a need for students to get some hands-on experience and to kind of work with other working professionals and just have a different environment, I decided to start a club. And so I started the Business Analytics Club last year, and it was just a small group of founders, and it was really, fun. I was just working with, my friends, and it grew really fast. And so a lot of people saw some value in what we were doing. And so there's lots of, experiences you get that you wouldn't normally get if you're not involved with a club. And so I would say the earlier you can get involved, the better. So definitely by your junior year, or, but even if you waited till your senior year, it doesn't really matter when you get involved, as long as you're actively participating and, finding time to add value to that club and really make a difference, so that you have some soft skills or, technical skills that you've learned through college that you can speak to in, job interviews and things like that. It just gives you some great experience.
Thanks, Alana. Does anyone else want to chime in?
I already mentioned that I joined Gamma about a year ago, but same thing as Alana said, the earlier you can get involved, the better. Especially 'cause you can, if you like the club, you can go into a leadership position, which really looks good, like I said, on your resumes. It's helped me get an internship. Dr. Len actually helped recommend me, along with, because I was involved in that leadership, opportunity, as well as being a good student, he recommended me. So yes, it does look good. It will provide opportunities that you may not even know will be there. And now that internship, I'm working from home. It's very flexible. And I was same thing. I thought there's no way I would have time, because I really care about my school, but honestly, it's not overwhelming. Like I said, I've made the meetings to every other week, so hour long from home, just join in on the Zoom, and then so if you can make it, it would be great. Um, and I work multiple jobs and full-time school, so if I can do it, I'm sure you can too.
Megan, you lead me into another question I had, which is, what is one way that you've benefited from being in a biz club that maybe you hadn't even realized that you would before joining? I know Megan mentioned an internship opportunity. What other things have come up, or have you personally grown through being involved?
I feel like, you get some leadership experience, whether that's presenting to the organization or planning events or handling, registration, or you get all these skills that are so transferable to any area. And I think for myself personally, it just gives me more confidence, I feel like, to, do new things that I haven't tried. And I've met so many great people through different concentrations, like people I'd never meet. I mean, I even met, someone in the psychology department and different faculty, and just so many people that I would have never met because I wouldn't have had classes with them, and made a lot of great friendships. And, you're able to network with people and, meet some people that know, like, people in industries you want to get involved in. It's great for networking. And there are some internship opportunities usually that come along from, faculty recommendations or different things that, it's hard to get outside of being involved on campus, and that you've already proven yourself to these people so that they have no, hesitation to recommend you to, whether that's a letter of recommendation or, referring you to a recruiter or something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've hosted a lot of events already this semester, but even through previous semesters, it seems like the common thread, regardless of the topic or event, is always connections and networking. Like, everyone always talks about the importance of that. So that hits on that point and proves that right once again. Anyone else want to chime in on that question? Ways that you've grown or benefited that you didn't believe, were in the picture before you had joined?
I'll say briefly that networking with these industry professionals is a great resource, but also like networking with other students. You're exposed to so many other students. You can use them as a resource, work together, and you may find out you're in similar classes, and you can go to them for advice and just work together, as a group. So definitely get to know people. Being that we're in this virtual environment, it's even more important to stay connected in any way possible. So clubs are definitely a way that you can do that. So I'd recommend getting involved in a club, and specifically Iota Sigma. So consider that.
Megan, this wasn't on the question list, but something you kind of put in my mind is, and you talked about some of the events that you're doing and how some of these employers will be talking about current things happening, like being in a virtual environment and maybe doing some of these internships from home, or things with wildfires and air quality and how that impacts. So what all are you doing to address those types of concerns? Who are you bringing in to talk about those things? Are those things that you all will be talking about as clubs? How do you kind of plan to keep relevant and timely with the new things that are entering, the workforce and the areas that you all support?
Yeah, so insurance is an ever-evolving industry, and basically I would say that there's always going to be something new. We always have to work and see, what changes are going to be made, as far as, like, with the COVID situation. Now a lot of insurance companies are trying to exclude things like disease and pandemics from their policies. And so, because they'll pay out a lot of money, especially in the beginning, workers' compensation, that was COVID, but then now it's not COVID, you can't get workers' comp for catching COVID anymore. So definitely being informed about what's going on and the changes, it's going to continue to change. So I would say get involved and see with these different speakers. We're going to bring a lot from a lot of different insurance companies, and they can give their perspective and on what's going on right now.
Great, thank you. Alana, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, I think, just like it's great practice too, right? If you're joining club meetings virtually or getting exposed to Zoom calls, like all these different ways that we're learning how to adapt to a virtual environment is really going to help when you're out trying to find a job and they say, oh, are you comfortable working from home? And you say, oh, yes, I have, so much experience. My club switched over, and you can speak to things and really share how you were a problem solver and how you overcame obstacles and completely transformed the way that you were learning and growing. And if you have something to fill that time with, like if you're completing a certificate, during all this craziness, I feel like that speaks volumes to your dedication to your personal development and, the kind of person you want to be going forward. Like, despite how crazy the world gets, you're still trying to be better and grow and keep developing.
Absolutely. And almost, to a certain degree, what better time to do that, right? Like everything is online now, we're all kind of in the same situation. We're not having to hustle different places for the most part. So this might even be an easier opportunity to access some of that. So that's great. All right. Well, thank you for answering those questions. I want to go ahead and open it up to our audience now. So if you have any questions, feel free to turn your camera on and ask it or pop it in the chat box. We're open to any and all questions regarding these clubs and making sure that they're a good fit for you. So.
Hi, everyone. I just had a quick question about the Business Analytics Club. I know I was in it last semester with Ilana, and I'm just curious what you're planning to do for the upcoming semester.
Yeah, of course. Hi, Jasmine. Nice to see you again. So this semester, last semester we did Google Analytics and we were going to do Tableau, but we realized, with COVID and everything, Tableau kind of got pushed aside. So we're starting, where we left off. So we're going to kick it off with learning some Tableau and getting certified in that platform. And then later on this semester, we're going to focus on SQL. So those are the two that we're doing this semester. And like last semester, you're welcome to join at any time. We don't have any requirements. Anyone's welcome. If you just want to complete one certificate, totally fine. If you want to do both, it's up to you. It's really what you make it. And we're just here to help you along your journey. If you have another certificate that you're like, oh, hey, can you be my accountability partner while I complete this one? You're welcome to still come and join, and we'll help you get through that certificate and make sure you get it done. So similar format as to last semester, we're just all virtual. So our meetings are just going to be over Zoom instead of in person. So kind of sad, but we're making it work.
Oh, okay, perfect. Wait, and when are your meetings again?
Yeah, so the first one is going to be September 18th. It's a Friday, so we usually will have our meetings on a Friday, and we only have about 5 meetings this semester, so we don't have that many. We didn't want to give anyone Zoom fatigue. So if you want, I can email you our schedule, and or you can come to the first meeting on the 18th and get more information about our other dates. But they're going to be like, every month or something like that. So not that frequent.
Okay, can you also send an email? I don't know if you're using the same email list as last semester.
Yeah, I am using the same email list. So I'll send.
Okay, thank you.
I just have a question. Adding to what Jasmine said, how do you update your email, and how do I contact you in a way so that I can get on the Zoom?
Yeah, so if you're interested in joining, what you can do is probably the easiest way would just to be to put your email in the chat so that, and then just say like, Business Analytics Club sign up or something like that, just so that we know which emails which, in case, other people want to throw in their emails for GIS. But yeah, just throw your email in the chat and I will copy it over to my email list, and I'll send out an email probably today with the Zoom link and all of that information.
I can also,
I'm sorry.
Alana, and like I can take the sign-in list right after this event and just hand over the emails to you all. That way, if you want, you can just forward your first club information, any Zoom links, everything to everyone. And if it works for you, if you want to accept it and use it, great. And if not, just disregard the email. But that might be easy way to get you all the information so it goes to everyone.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's perfect. Yeah, thank you, Nicole.
Another thing is that, do we have like a due that we need? Like, I know that a lot of clubs, like I remember I went to this event and the accounting club had like $100 or something. And I know that every club has it, but I don't know if BSC has like a due or amount that we have to.
So we're entirely free. We don't charge students anything to be a part of our club. And all the certificates are free as well. So it's a really nice option for people because, they don't have to put out any dues. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Other questions, feel free to unmute yourself or just drop them in the chat. We've got about 6-7 minutes left.
Another question. So what is the time for the September 18th first meeting? What's the time for that?
It's at 5 p.m.
Oh, that works great. Okay.
Good. Yeah, we try and, I feel like most of the business clubs, like Megan too, like we try and make sure that they're at times that work for a lot of different business students. But, it's hard to find time that works for everyone.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question. Is it pretty like manageable to be in 2 business clubs at the same time?
I've only ever been in one. I've helped other clubs with like certain projects and things, but it depends, like obviously on their meetings and their schedules and things like that. Megan, do you have any thoughts on 2 at the same time?
It's something that you can consider. I was once involved with Financial Planning Association at the same time as GIS, and I decided, being involved in both, that I like GIS better. So I decided to get involved in leadership in that club. So definitely, maybe attend a few different meetings and see which ones that really spark your interest. And I know some professors are offering extra credit to go to Gamma Iota Sigma meetings depending on your major. So definitely something to consider. It is free to come check it out, see if you like it. If you want to become a member with all the, perks involved with that, you can become a member. There is a fee for that, but I am fundraising to give a reduction in the cost for the students, but just to attend my meetings, it's free. Like I said, to be a member, it's paid. But I would say, even if you're involved as an officer or a member, it fulfills, like, I would say, that unpaid work experience. When you apply for jobs, they always ask about what unpaid work experience or volunteer experience have you had, and being a member of GIS would definitely fulfill that. And GIS is a national organization. We have, our chapter is the Alpha Eta chapter, so it is recognized by insurance industries across the country. So your involvement will definitely look good on a resume.
Thank you.
Megan, I know you spoke about trying to do some fundraising to help supplement the chapter fees and everything like that, but what is the standard fee?
To be a member of GIS, it's $50. To attend my meetings, like I said, it's free, but being a member, it includes so many different resources and opportunities, exclusive scholarship opportunities, and the list goes on. You could just go to Gamma, you could just type in on the Google Gamma Iota Sigma, and the website there, you can see there's a long list of benefits and resources that are included with being a member. I would encourage you to check that out. Come to our meeting and we'll give you more information about how to sign up and what those benefits are. So.
And just to clarify, Megan, I know it's a lifetime membership. So is that fee one time as well?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, what a bargain.
Yeah.
That's a very low fee. Okay. Well, we have about three minutes left. So any last questions, feel free to launch them on the chat or share them. And then we'll do a quick wrap up.
I was also going to mention, if nobody else has any other questions, you might want to look into leadership opportunities when you're looking at different clubs to get involved, when you're doing your vetting process for the different clubs to see what's a good fit. Because if you're interested in leadership, you want to see if it's something you could get involved with as an officer or something like that, because that adds a lot to the experience and is great for your resume. But you have to make sure that they already didn't have their elections, or kind of find out those questions so that when you're deciding if you want to get involved, see what level of participation is available and things like that. Like for my club, we're looking for leadership opportunities for students, so we have a leadership board for people to learn from the officers and things like that. So if you are interested in leadership, our club's a great place to start, because it's a smaller organization and we're a little bit more flexible and what you might be interested in doing, so you can kind of pitch your ideas to us and we're happy to hear them.
Great point, Alana. All right, well, I'm not seeing any more questions come into the chat, and we only have a couple minutes left anyway, so I'll go ahead and wrap this up. So really quick, I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us for today's first BizFest virtual session. Don't forget, we do have a few more scheduled this week, so check that out on the Biz list. We'll be launching the Zoom links the day before each event, as well as you can always find it on our student events page of the website. So hopefully we will see you again. And thank you to all the club leaders who joined us and shared their club information and expertise. And we hope that everyone gets connected, gets engaged, and just has a really great semester. So thank you, everyone.